focus of this lesson?
Simple present tense. Daily activities.
Vocabulary.
A little, afraid, always, culture, forget, grocery store, life back in the old country, program, suburb, telephone, time, usually, visit, weekend, when.
Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo. Listen. Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo live in an old Italian neighborhood in New York City. They speak a little English, but usually they speak Italian. They read the Italian newspaper. They listen to Italian radio programs. They shop at the Italian grocery store around the corner from their apartment building. And every day they visit their friends and neighbors and talk about life back in the old country. Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo are upset about their son, Joe. He lives in a small suburb outside the city. He speaks a little Italian, but usually he speaks English. He reads American newspapers. He listens to American radio programs. He shops at big suburban supermarkets and shopping malls. And when he visits his friends and neighbors, he always speaks English. In fact, Joe speaks Italian only when he calls his parents on the telephone or when he visits them every weekend. Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo are sad because their son speaks so little Italian. They're afraid he's forgetting his language, his culture, and his country.
Culture note. Many large American cities have ethnic neighborhoods where many people of one nationality live: Chinese, Italian, Polish, Cuban, etc. These neighborhoods often have grocery stores that sell ethnic food, as well as other businesses that provide services in the customer's native language. These communities often resemble neighborhoods back in the native country. Reading comprehension. What's the answer?
1. Where do Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo live?
They live in an old Italian neighborhood in New York City.
2. Where does Joe live?
He lives in a small suburb outside the city.
3. What language do Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo usually speak?
They usually speak Italian.
4. What language does Joe usually speak?
He usually speaks English.
5. What do Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo read?
They read the Italian newspaper.
6. What does Joe read?
He reads American newspapers.
7. What do Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo listen to?
They listen to Italian radio programs.
8. What does Joe listen to?
He listens to American radio programs.
9. Where do Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo shop?
They shop at the Italian grocery store around the corner from their apartment building.
10. Where does Joe shop?
He shops at big suburban supermarkets and shopping malls.
Which word is correct?
1. Mrs. DiCarlo reads the Italian newspaper. Mrs. DiCarlo reads the Italian newspaper. 2. Mr. DiCarlo shops at the Italian grocery store. Mr. DiCarlo shops at the Italian grocery store. 3. They lives in New York City. They live in New York City. 4. Joe lives outside the city. Joe lives outside the city. 5. He speaks English. He speaks English. 6. Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo listens to the radio. Mr. and Mrs. DiCarlo listen to the radio. 7. They visits their friends every day. They visit their friends every day. 8. Their friends talks about life back in the old country. Their friends talk about life back in the old country. 9. Joe calls his parents on the telephone. Joe calls his parents on the telephone. 10. Joe's friends speaks English. Joe's friends speak English.
Listen and choose the correct answer. 1.
My brother lives in Chicago.
2.
My name is Peter. I work in an office.
3.
This is my friend Carla. She speaks Italian.
4.
My sister drives a bus in Chicago.
5.
We read the newspaper every day.
6.
My parents visit their friends every weekend.
7.
Charlie cooks in a Greek restaurant.
8.
My brother and I paint houses.
9.
My friend Betty calls me every day.
10.
My parents usually shop at the mall.
'How to say it. Hesitating. Listen.
What do you do every day?
Well, I work, I read the newspaper, and I visit my friends.
Hesitating.
Well,
Is one way to express hesitation before speaking. English speakers are not accustomed to silent pauses in spoken conversation. A way to gain time to think and also keep the conversation going is to hesitate verbally and then speak when ready.
Interview.
Where do you live? What language do you speak? What do you do every day?
Interview another student.
Where do you live?
I live in an apartment in the city.
What language do you speak?
I speak Spanish and a little English.
What do you do every day?
I go to school and visit my friends.
Then tell the class about that person.
She lives in an apartment in the city. She speaks Spanish and a little English. She goes to school and visits her friends.
Pronunciation. Blending with does.
Blending with does. When the word does occurs in the middle of a question, it blends with the sounds surrounding it. The final t of what turns into the d of does. The final s sound of does blends with the initial s sound of she. The initial h sound of he is deleted, so does blends with he.
Listen. Then say it.
Where does he work? Where does she live? What does he do? What does she read?
Say it. Then listen.
Where does he shop? Where does she eat? What does he cook? What does she talk about?
Thanks so much for watching my video. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.